Hello dear students. Today I would like to discuss with you all the parts of speech because these parts of speech, do we know what they are? How many they are? Do we know their names? So these parts of speech are what helps us to make meaningful sentences. There is something called syntax, and syntax is the arrangement of words to make meaningful sentences. And how we can do that? We can do that जब हमारे को parts of speech की एक understanding है. So let us first know how many parts of speech are there. There are 8 parts of speech, and they are noun, verb, pronoun, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So these are your 8 parts of speech, and it is very important for your understanding, for your writing correct grammatical English, not just for your answers but even for your future, whatever you get into, that you are at least able to write correct, grammatically correct English. Okay, so do we all know what is a noun? Noun is name of a person, place, thing, animal, food, these are your nouns. Right? Noun is the name of a person, place, thing. These are the definitions which we have mugged up since we have started learning grammar. How do we spell grammar? This is your grammar lesson. Remember, it's A. Okay? So now before going further with the rest of the parts of speech, let us use noun and make a sentence. James traveled to Delhi with his cat. How many nouns in a sentence? 2, 3. Okay, so it is not just that a sentence will have only one noun. It can have more than one noun in a sentence, and you should be in a position to recognize these parts of speech if some sentences are given to you. I will give you some set of questions, some set of sentences in which you will have to identify that which part of speech these words are. Say for example travel, say for example to, say for example with, his. Okay, this is what we will do to practice parts of speech. हिंदी में भी पढ़ते हैं ना, संज्ञा, क्रिया, विशेषण. Rest I don't know because I'm not that good at Hindi. So noun, name of a person, place, thing. Even one more thing, remember, हम अक्सर भूल जाते हैं. That is an idea. Maybe bravery. जब हम टाइप्स ऑफ नाउन पढ़ते थे ना, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नाउन्स, उसमें आते हैं bravery, happiness, happiness नहीं, I am forgetting. Bravery, happy, sad, honest. This was the word that I was coming to. Abstract nouns, feelings, ideas. Why abstract? Because they can't be touched. They can only be felt, and these are your concrete nouns. Okay? So this is all about noun. Next is verb. What are verbs? Action done to a noun or by a noun. Verb travel. What did James do? James traveled. So travel is the verb over there. And you have generally two kinds of verbs. Verbs that tell action and verbs that tell you a state of being or state of being still. And what are they? Is, am, are, was, were, etc. Action. Jump, walk, fly, work, etc. वर्ब को क्या बोलते हैं हम? क्रिया. जो काम संज्ञा करता है उसको हम क्रिया बोलते हैं. Right? So, verb is telling you the action that is being done by the noun. This is all you have to remember as far as verb is concerned. Okay? Action as well as noun. As well as state of being. Noun, thing. Verb, action. Next is pronoun. As the word says, pronouns. What are they doing? Pronouns can replace the noun. If I'm writing a sentence, Shamita is a good girl. Shamita lives in Delhi. Shamita is a teacher. Do we do this? Do we keep writing the name again? बार-बार नाम लिखते रहते हैं? No. What do? We replace the noun with she. Okay? Shamita's mother is an MLA. Again, I will not repeat. I will write her mother. So, what are pronouns? Pronouns replace nouns, or they can be used instead of nouns. Generally, we have two categories of pronouns. And what are they? Definite pronoun and indefinite pronouns. Definite, when we know personal pronouns, he, she, it, they, I. Okay? Indefinite, many, all, everyone. If we have to refer to all of us, I will not take everybody's name. I will say we all are in the pandemic. Okay? So, indefinite and definite pronouns. Simple way to remember it, and this much. Is it clear? Next, after pronouns, we have adjectives. I will first take a adverb. As the word itself says, adverb. You are adding something to the verb. Now adverbs, as it is adding to the verb, which means it adds to the actions of verbs, even adjectives. Okay? It adds to actions of verbs or adjectives. Now, a simple way to remember adverbs is they generally, I will say they generally end in ly, and they answer questions like how, when, and where. How did the boy run? The boy ran quickly, swiftly, beautifully. Adjective. Adding to the adjective. Beautiful ka? Beautiful. When it answers questions like when and where, then what are the various examples? When, now. When did he go? He just went now. Yesterday, tomorrow. These are your adverbs that answer the question of when. And lastly, adverbs that answer the question where. There, here, everywhere, etc., etc., etc. So these are your adverbs that adds to the actions of verbs or to the actions of adjectives. Adverbs. Clear? Next we move on to adjective, जिसे हम हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? विश्लेषण, जो कि क्या करता है? It gives or it tells us something about the noun or verb. It tells us something about the verb, noun, not the verb. Adjective. It describes nouns and pronouns. That is what adjectives are. We generally find adjectives before noun or pronoun. Darcy was a black horse. Darcy was a slow horse. Darcy was a lazy horse. Here, two nouns, of course, proper noun, common noun horse, and the adjective is being used with it. Okay, so these are examples of adjectives: intelligent, then sweet, okay, beautiful, sharp, etc., etc. These are your adjectives. Now, after adjectives, we have prepositions. What are prepositions? They develop or explain or add to a relationship. Relationship between what? preposition. Relationship between noun, pronoun, or other words in a sentence. In a sentence. And they are generally categorized on 3 bases. If we understand them on these 3 bases, we generally remember them well. First is space. We have prepositions of space like in, out, under, below, above, etc. Like the doll is in the box. The spider is on the box, right? The box is under the table. These are your prepositions of space. Then time. Example, during, while, after, at, etc. Okay? And lastly, you have prepositions of logic. For, of, despite, beside, etc. These are your examples of logic. Logic prepositions. For, of, despite, etc. Clear? After prepositions, we have conjunctions. Very simple. Conjunctions क्या करते हैं? Conjunctions are used to join two sentences. That is what the work that is performed by conjunctions. They join sentences, or they join group of words, or they help to join sentences. Now they are categorized. That way it will be easier for you to remember conjunctions. First are your coordinating conjunctions. And what are they? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. These are your coordinating conjunctions. Then correlative. Correlative conjunctions, they generally come in combination, either, or, neither, nor, and so on. Subordinating conjunctions. And what are they? Before, after, until, and whereas. So conjunctions, they help to join group of words or sentences to make them more meaningful. So these are your conjunctions. Interjections. What are interjections? Interjections, they convey emotions through use of exclamation. The easiest ones to remember without any kind of confusion. Oh, wow, blah, ouch. So they will always have an exclamation mark with them, as interjections are used to convey emotions through the use of exclamation. Wow, what a beautiful scenery. So Wow, what a beautiful scenery. Again an exclamation mark. Okay, keep this in mind. So these are your parts of speech, and I have just touched upon what they are and what are few examples of different parts of speech. As we will practice them, as we will try to find out in sentences what one particular word, whether it is a noun, verb, adjective, preposition, things will begin to clear and we will be in a position to write better English. Now, as far as students of BA second year, core compulsory English students are concerned, you have a grammar lesson in your course, and that says what? Words used as different parts of speech. Now, why this has been given to you and what is the reason behind this? There is one simple reason, that they want to develop you or make you write correct sentences. It is believed that noun and verb are the building blocks of English language. Now, noun and verb, what they are, that I have already explained it to you. एक सिंपल ट्रिक आप यूज कर सकते हैं जब आपको सॉल्व करने को वर्ड्स आएंगे. दैट इज ऑलवेज कीप इन माइंड दैट व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग द सेंटेंस ऑफ अ वर्ड as a noun, remember that is a thing, place, or whatever. What you have to remember, that it is a thing, and when as a verb it is action. ये सबसे important याद करने वाली बात है. एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं हम. आपको इसी तरह के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. You will be given words and you have to make two sentences. Generally, जब हमने papers check किए हैं, what we have seen, students will make two sentences. They will not write noun verb. कि किस sentence में work as a noun use हुआ है, किस sentence में work as a verb use हुआ है, तो वो 0 मिलते हैं. जबकि it is very easy to score those 8 marks or 4 marks. I don't remember that, but it is very scoring. सिर्फ आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि जब हम एज अ नाउन यूज कर रहे हैं, इट इज अ थिंग, वहां वो संज्ञा है, और जब वर्ब है तो वहां क्रिया हो रही है, वहां पे एक्शन हो रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. नाउ वर्क, मैं 2 सेंटेंसेस लिख रही हूं यहाँ पे. वर्क इज वर्शिप. मदर इज वर्किंग एट द डेस्क. What is happening? Work is worship, thing. So, this is a noun. Mother is working. What is mother doing? What is the noun doing? What is the action being done? Working. So, this is work. This is what you have to do. You will be given words and you have to make those words into sentences. एक और एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, थोड़ा आपको क्लैरिटी हो जाए. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल बैग. दिस इज माई बैग. राम bagged the first position. अब सोचिए, this is my bag. Think. This is your noun. Ram bagged the first position. This is verb. इतनी सी बात का ध्यान रखना है आपको, इसमें कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है. वर्ड यूज्ड एज डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच, ओनली नाउन एंड वर्ब. अगर 8 के 8 पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच होते देन आई कुड हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट देयर आर chances of confusion, but here you just have to remember thing for noun and action for verb. That is all.